And the cop was like, tell me again why your dick was halfway out. And here she comes from around the corner. Actually, officer, it was all the way out. Just put that it was halfway out, sir. Unless I'm under oath. All right, we are back with another Drive Across 65. Season 1, Episode 20, the Big 2-0. We are going to recap an absolutely disgusting game from last night that we picked on Tuesday before the announcement of Jonathan Taylor being out. I'm not going to say it would have swayed the decision. Obviously, the touchdown prop would have never been mentioned. That was voided. But here's the weird thing about that line in that game. It was 3. We got it at 3. We won. Shout out. It was announced that he was out, that Jonathan Taylor was out, and the line moved a half a point. Like, Vegas knew that they were counting on him to not play, and none of the sharp money moved it at all. Probably had some public money coming in on the Broncos after it was announced, thinking that they had an edge. Moved a half a point. Colts won straight up. COLTS. Colts. I don't know if that's how they cheer or not, but nevertheless, we won. Shout out, Thursday night game. Matty Ice, never in doubt. That game was so disgusting. So when Wilson throws the interception in the end zone, I'm like, yes, we sealed it up. All we have to do is just not get downfield. Just Matt Ice, just do your thing, throw your interception, go for it on 4th and 3, and let the Broncos take over. They're going to kneel it. Game's going to be over. Obviously, they get down there, kick a field goal, goes into overtime. We won on the coin flip. We're going to be honest. We won the coin flip. That was it. We won the coin flip. Also, Broncos should have kicked the field goal. Game should have ended in a tie if we're going to be all the way honest. Nevertheless, we're not going to look a gift horse. We took a bad beat in the Bengals-Dolphins game. So let's take the bad win on that Thursday night game. Shout out to that. Pierce did his thing. We have the touchdown prop on him at 5-1. It actually moved to 4-1, maybe 4.25 once it was announced that JT was out. He still did his thing, didn't get there. Nevertheless, it's a half unit loss on the touchdown prop. Won a unit on the game, so still win tonight. Shout out. Let's dive into this week's slate because it looks so juicy. It looks awesome. I love it. So the first thing I noticed out of the gate was the totals this week, and especially in some of the big games, are huge. They are ballooned. Really high this week. LSU, Tennessee, 64.5. TCU, Kansas, 68.5. The Texas, Oklahoma, the R words shootout is 65.5. UNC Miami. I said it right, bro. I said the R words. You're not allowed to say the R word, so I said the R words. You're not allowed to say shoot. You gotta say the S words. So it's the Texas, Oklahoma, R word, S word. Oh, it's Red River. Okay. So the Oklahoma, Red River, S words is 65.5. And UNC Miami is 66.5. So tough to be politically correct nowadays. A lot of big totals this week, a lot of trappy totals. We're going to talk about a couple of them. Let's dive into the first one we mentioned, LSU, Tennessee. I like this under. I know it's going to be high. I know it's expected to be high. I like LSU to play the keep away game, much like Florida played against Tennessee. Les Miles down there going to figure it out. Brian Kelly down there going to figure it out. I like the LSU first half +1 and the under 64.5 in a keep away from Tennessee game. Tennessee coming off a bye, so we're going to play the rest makes rest game. Kind of wondered why we didn't hear much from them last week or why they wasn't on the card. Well, that was why they were on the bye week. Definitely like LSU coming out hot at home, first half +1, and the keep away game under 64.5. Arkansas +9 at Mississippi State. Auburn team total over 9.5. Kentucky -6 against South Carolina. We're going to talk about that game a lot. And UNC Miami over. Obviously, the Texas Oklahoma game is going to be fun to talk about. That over, the Red River Shootout, all that. I can't buy into it this year. I want to. It's just such a public spot to lose. And I'm never going to bet the under in that game. Can't do it, won't do it. Let's talk about, all right, so let's start off with the Auburn team total over 9.5 at Georgia. I believe this line is somewhere around 30, which is insane because it's a rivalry game. You never think that in a rivalry game of this magnitude in the SEC, there's going to be a 30-point spread. You really don't think that you have to sweat out a team total of 9.5 from the Auburn Tigers. Georgia obviously did not look great last week. They're going to be expected to bounce back after that Missouri fiasco. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. It's going to be crazy. Auburn team total over 9.5. Let's see what Georgia's really made of this week and see if they can hold Auburn to under double digits. Kentucky -6 at home against South Carolina. We mentioned this game last week on the pod. It was 11. We talked about how it was a bounce back game for Will Levis and company. I still believe that. Will Levis is still with a big question mark next to his name. I know everybody saw his finger was all like crooked and jacked up on the photos, like what was going on. He has another issue. I believe it's ankle. I believe he has an ankle issue and he'll be a game time decision. Mark Stoops not wanting to give anything up. He said, I announce when I have players out. I have no announcements. It could be some huge reverse psychology game against South Carolina, just so they can't prepare for whatever to expect. Here's what we are going to expect. Will Levis may play. I think he's going to play. He's at least going to try to start. Expect Chris Rodriguez. He's going to carry a load. And we still have other dynamic wide receivers who can line up in that wildcat or running back position, either way, and get the ball handed to him. We know that our OC is famous for it and loves to do it. I like it to Kentucky at 11 with Will Levis starting. I really like him at 6 with a chance of Will Levis starting. Kentucky -6 at home against South Carolina, bounce back game. Let's get down to business. The UNC Miami over. Miami is in the bounce back spot too. Both these teams just love putting up points. There are 1,000 million big number games this weekend. You can't take them all. I love to take the R word, S words over. I'm not going to do it, but I am going to take the UNC Miami over. No explanation, except for I like that over. In Arkansas, +9.5 at Mississippi State. They are going to be the Razorback, Drive Across 65, Road Dog of the Week, the Razor Dog of the Week, the Razorback Dog of the Week. Arkansas, +9.5 at Mississippi State. They gained some confidence last week, right? Maybe. I believe so. I think Mississippi State is on their high horse right now on a pedestal. I like Arkansas' spot right here. Mississippi State's good. They're good enough. I don't think they're great. To give Arkansas, who put 26 points up against Alabama last week, a 10 points, man, I don't love it. I know Mississippi State's coming off a big win against A&M. Might be a look-ahead spot for them. Arkansas, Road Dog of the Week, +9.5. Honorable mention, Kansas, TCU. I know we dabbled in that total. So my first knee-jerk reaction out of the gate was Kansas +7. It's down to 6.5 now, I believe. Then I thought maybe Kansas at home first half might be a strong play. Turns out Kansas comes out kind of flat. Typically, did a little research. TCU comes out hot. So I don't want to bet against Kansas because what they have proven. I like them at home, +7. I like them first half. They're going to come out flat. That game has just turned into a complete fade for me. I wanted to bet it. I can't. I want to talk about the UCLA Utah game. Utah -3.5. We were on them preseason pretty strong. Cam Rising and company. They blew that game against Florida. That sucked. They knew they shot themselves in the foot. They've been killing teams ever since, as we thought that they would when we took their team total over early in the season. But they haven't really played anybody strong. And UCLA coming off the win against Washington was huge. Shout out to us. We had that cover. I want to bet this game 64.5. There's going to be a ton of points in that game too. I got to fade it. I like Utah on the spot though. Let's jump over to the NFL. Not a ton of plays that I love in the NFL this weekend. I might post some daily picks. First one out of the gate that no one is going to agree with and everybody's going to call me crazy. Steelers +14. You just can't give a team 2-touchdown spot in the NFL. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter to me. You cannot give a team, especially with Mike Tomlin or Tomlinson or whatever his name is. Mike Tomlin is Tom. With a head coach like the Steelers have, Mike, you can't just spot them 14 points. Rookie quarterback coming in for the Steelers, and now it's Kenny Pickett. It's Kenny Pickett time. Or Kenny, please don't get Pickett this time. He's going to be hard to for the scout team to navigate against. It's going to be hard for the Steelers to game plan for him. So you're going to watch college tape. You know what I mean? I like Steelers +14 in this spot against the Bills. I love the Bills. Shout out to the Bills. They're a great team. I love Josh Allen, but you just can't give an NFL team a 14-point spot like that. There's another one, another double-digit underdog I saw. We'll talk about them in the honorable mentions. Might be a sneaky good play too. We'll talk about it. Dolphins Jets under 45.5. So Tua is out. He finally got a concussion after all of his back problems. So Teddy Two Gloves will be playing. Spready Bridgewater, shout out. I like both of the defenses in this spot. I know Zach Wilson is back for the Jets, and he looked good late in the fourth quarter against the mentioned Steelers. I like both defenses. Don't love both offenses. 45.5 feels like a lot. I had faith in Teddy coming out. Maybe this might be a different situation in the Thursday night game where Tua started and then Teddy took over. If Mike McDaniels plans around Teddy all game, has a game plan going for him, there's just there's a ton of question marks. Hill might play, Waddle might play, may not play. I like both defenses. I'm gonna say it again. Under 44.5 or under 45.5, excuse me, is the play. Another one people are going to go insane over. Raiders +7 at KC Monday night. This was almost the road dog of the week. I know it's the Raiders, and I know I've been on them all season, and I know they've been letting me down. But here's the angle, okay? Hungry dog runs faster, obviously. KC coming off the big win against the Bucks. Josh McDaniels and the Raiders, Carr and company, they have to get it going. They have to. Hungry dog runs faster. They have to get it going. Even if they lose this game, I still see a cover. I still see them covering pretty easy. I still think it's going to be a tight game. They have to get it going. It's a make or break situation for them now at this point in the season. +7 on a Monday night. I think all of the public's going to be on the Chiefs. I think we're going to back the sportsbook on this one, and we are going to row with the Raiders in that spot. Another honorable mention, Lions, Patriots. The Lions have been scoring the most points in the league of anybody in the NFL. Who saw that coming? Not this guy, not this podcast. Mac Jones is still doubtful in the game. The total is 45.5. I wanted to take it. I'm thinking, hoping, praying that Belichick will have some defensive scheme set up to where we don't look like idiots for fading this game. We should have been on the lines, and we haven't been, unfortunately. I mean, they're averaging 35 points a game. We just haven't been on them. It's sad, super sad. Falcons Bucks was the other one I wanted to talk about. It's another situation of a team getting a double-digit spot, giving 10 points to the Falcons in Tampa Bay. Tampa coming off a tough loss. I want to back the Falcons. I was really down on them preseason. They've come around. The Falcons and the Bucks are both 2-2, but they are very different 2-2s, right? The Bucks just lost to the Chiefs in an insane blowout, and on the exact opposite side, lost by 2 to Green Bay. Wins over New Orleans and Dallas, where the Falcons have been beating the teams they should beat in Seattle. Maybe not a should beat situation in the Browns, and have been not getting blown out, but have been losing to the teams they're supposed to lose to, i.e. the Rams and maybe the Saints. Saints and Cleveland, you could swap those two teams out. Win, should not win, whatever. Do I think Atlanta wins this game? No. Do I think they get blown out? No. Arthur Smith has been proven that he's deserving of this head coaching position. He's been doing really well with Marcus Mariota and company. Like we said, Marcus is probably the placeholder for that quarterback position. It's not tank season for them. They're 2-2. Bucks are 2-2. It's a way different 2-2. I'm talking myself into the Falcons on the podcast, and I don't like it. That might be. It's gonna be a Sunday. It's gonna be a 1:00 game. That might be a daily pick. Do a little bit more research. I'm really talking myself into Falcons +10 in that spot. Titans Commanders, another weird game. Titans -2 in Washington. Weird game. Jags -7 at home against the Texans. Weird game. We like the Jags in that spot, but 7 against the Texans. Weird game. Rams -5.5 at home against the Cowboys. Screams take the Cowboys. That 5.5 line is most commonly the underdog is going to win, but the public's going to bet the favorite in that situation. 5.5 is such an insane number. Cowboys might be a daily pick also. That about wraps us up. A lot of games on the card that I like this weekend. Another honorable mention. Louisville is without Malik Cunningham, which is a big deal. They were opened up a 3.5-point favorite at Virginia. It's down to 2.5 now. Louisville looked like they could move a grain of salt in sand last week when Malik went out. Their backup did not look great. Virginia's not great either. Got blown up by Duke. 2-point loss to Syracuse. And their wins are only over Richmond and Old Dominion. They're not a good team, but without Malik Cunningham, Louisville's not really a good team either. Watch out for that. That could be you would have to have big brains and a sharp mind to bet Virginia right there. I can't do it. I'm not that brave. But again, like I said, Louisville just does not look good without Malik Cunningham. And they are the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team of the NCAA football, so you don't know who you're going to get. I like Virginia in the spot. I'm not going to bet it. That wraps us up. A couple games I like. Shout out to the Road Dog of the Week, Arkansas. Let's keep it going, keep it undefeated. Let's go Tigers, Auburn style. Let's just get an accidental touchdown when the game's ended. That'd be cool, right? Get 10 points, field goal, middle of the second quarter, accidental touchdown as time's running out. Let's get 10 points, team total over 9.5. Feels good. That wraps us up, guys. Hashtag drive across 65. Hashtag ship it is not a sponsor, or it's just a hoodie that I got made. Hashtag drive across 65, guys. We are on Spotify, YouTube. You're watching the video. You're winning. Shout out to you guys. Good luck, everybody.